Tennessee and Auburn going to meet in the first SEC tournament semifinal. That's a banger of a game. Two top five teams in the country, two elite defenses, two really good offenses. First time they played, Auburn won 53 to 51 at Auburn. But if you remember, there were some calls Tennessee fans did not disagree with, or did not agree with, excuse me, late in that game that they felt could have swung things. Bad shooting night from both teams in that game, but I think both of us came on into the recap for that game, commented it was still a high quality game despite the lack of shooting. It's probably gonna be more of that in this game. What are you most looking forward to about this matchup?
It's another chance to watch Auburn before the tournament. In the recap, I spoke about some concerns I have about them offensively going into the tournament that weren't necessarily taken away from their performance today. Um, and I think it's another chance to watch them against a very good defensive team. Most importantly, I've been saying this for weeks. One of these guards is going to realize that Zakai Zeigler is short. And I live for the day that that happens. And it might happen tomorrow.
Dion, he's played like 150 college basketball games. No
And
one's
I
been
just
able.
need
No one's.
someone
No
to
one's
do.
gotten him yet.
Yeah, but the one time it does happen though, I'll be here.
Or
I will
he's just
be.
a really bleeping good defender.
Yeah, and if he is, I hope an NBA team takes him because Steph will do it for me.
Seeing him pop up on the Warriors next to Steph, just to be like that gnat defensively,
As
would be
long as
perfect.
someone proves my point, that's all I need. It doesn't matter who it is, what league, when. There would Zakai Ziegler will play in bare minimum high level in Europe one day, and because I think Zakai Ziegler is a phenomenal basketball player, by the way.
Yes.
I just think he's short. A lot of people say that about myself too. But like he could be playing in Spain. If Lance Stevenson is across from him, Lance Stevenson goes, "Hey, this guy's really small," takes him to the post. I will be there, brother. I will be there. I'll be there.
This is 2012.
Was
Support.
that when Zakai started college?
No, that's when Lance Stevenson was good at basketball.
Yeah, that's also when Zakai Ziegler was a freshman.
Everybody's on that Perry Ellis timeline for Tennessee. Um, Interesting thing about the first matchup when these two played, Janai Broom did not start. He was coming off an injury, still played 33 minutes. They had a minutes restriction on him, and he ended up playing 33 minutes. Don't think that was a true minutes restriction. But he finished with 16 points and 14 boards with four blocks, but did so on 7 of 20 shooting. Tennessee's physicality and front court was able to make him more inefficient than normal. Is that simply the key for Tennessee in this game? Is trying to make Broom be inefficient to get his numbers?
Yeah, I mean, I think with Janine Broom, yes. Can I propose a different strategy though?
Absolutely.
I love when NBA teams do the thing. Hey, you're really good. Sick. You can score 30. We'll make sure no one else scores. I think that's what I would do with Auburn. Sick, Janai. If you want to go one on one for the game, you can. I'm not going to let Chad Baker-Mazara get going. I'm not going to let Miles Caley get going. I'm not going to let Tahad Pettifer get going because they're the heartbeat. For
Yeah.
as good as Janai is, and I think Janai is by far the best player on the team. Barring the injury, I think he probably would have won National Player of the Year. He still might, I guess. Who knows? The betting odds were closer than I thought it should have been. Shout out Coop, by the way. But the heartbeat is Chad Baker-Mazara. If you let Chad Baker-Mazara get going and he's talking a little trash, you let Tahad Pettiford come in the game and like you let one of those happen, like it's over. That's over. But if Janai just does one of his little left post up, he got the one move. That's it. If he just does that for the whole game, no one really cares. Like the arena doesn't get bumping, the fans don't really get in, but when like everyone gets going crazy, I'm coming off the couch. So I'm letting Janai do whatever. I'm limiting everybody else from doing what they want to do, and I'm just gonna rock with whatever. If Janai scores 40 and we lose, it is what it is.
Yeah. I um I think you need, if you're Tennessee, just be physical at Broom, but you also need to make sure like Zakai Zeigler limits Pettiford's effectiveness. And you also need Lanier to have a big game. If Lanier gets you 20 plus, you got a great chance. I mean that's the key for Tennessee, right? Is Lanier your best scorer?
Got called 30-second.
Yes.
You just basically said, "Hey, Tennessee, you have to play perfect."
They have to play to their ceiling. They have to play close to their ceiling. I
No,
think Auburn, to be fair, I think Auburn does too to beat Tennessee.
no.
If Broome goes 7-20 again, I think there's a real chance Tennessee pulls this off, even if that stuff doesn't happen.
No, I mean, I think the way you just broke it down is perfect because it describes what Tennessee has to do to win, but it also showcases how good Auburn is. Like, it's not enough to just come out and play good. You have to play your best performance to be in this game.
I think that's a good point. I think that's a good point. Um, we talked about how business-like Tennessee was in that first game. Auburn was not, but Bruce Pearl tried to light a fire under his team after the game. Ken Palm thinks that fire is going to lead to a 72-69 victory for the Tigers in this one. You going with Auburn? You going with Tennessee? By how much?
I'm going Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee. Professional business-like performance, like we discussed in the recap. I feel like Auburn was a little sporadic. I don't think Auburn's going to fix that overnight. I'm going with Tennessee, and for what it's worth, Auburn fans, I think this is the best case scenario for you too.
I'm going with Tennessee. I'm going with Tennessee. I think Tennessee is playing better right now. I do think there is something to Auburn reeling a little bit. I think Tennessee can out rebound Auburn, and we've talked about that being a major like factor and key to beating Auburn is on the glass. I think the guards for Tennessee are awesome defensively and can make life difficult for Auburn's guards. I think it'll be a very close game, but I like the professionalism. You use that in the preview or the recap. I like that a lot. The professionalism of Tennessee to get it done in this one.
Rick Barnes, the epitome of professionalism.
Epitome.
That was tough. Listen, it's March, fellas. This is basketball podcast. We're not here for English, everybody.
It was. We were up till 2 a.m. last night watching Otega Owe. We deserve a break.
We do.